Yo, what's up guys? Joey's Gaming here and welcome back to another video. Now today we're going over another MOZE build. I know the last build was the MOZE build, and sometimes a character is just so powerful that you need to make multiple builds on it. So I'm going over MECHA MAYHEM MOZE. Basically, this is an all-out Iron Barrel build. But you do always you do have some damage as well. Like MOZE can do some damage, but it's mostly to get Iron Bear back or to get out of fight for your life when Iron Bear's not up. Because otherwise you're either going to be in Iron Bear forever or you're going to be in Dog Bear. Because there's two routes to this build. One is the slaughter shaft type of farming, which is with Rocketeer. It's insane. You just don't have to do anything. You just hop in Iron Bear, hop back out, go into Dog Bear, and Iron Bear does the work for you. He gets his own cooldown, so when Auto Bear runs out, you can actually pop back in immediately after. And I do not have perfect gear. This build is, close to perfect, but it's not. You can still manage to do insane damage without the perfect stuff. So let's go over the stuff I have in my inventory. It kind of doesn't look that great. A Kip's Worth, the purple gun. Let's just go over what you need for the build. Basically, all you need is weapons that have the new hardpoint damage anoint, like Iron Bear's active railgun. There's minigun. There's Vanquisher rocket bots, and there's V35 grenade launcher. I also have one with bare fist damage. This is for fun. Do not pick up any guns that have salamander damage. I tried salamander. It is god awful, even with the flare class mod. Or even with the Raging Pear as well. It's awful. But yeah, preferably you would want an Execute or a Eruption, because basically those two weapons, when you reload, you basically for the Eruption, you break your gun. Some like little tendrils are gonna go out and seek enemies. There are like 5 or 6 of them. They each debuff the enemy by a certain amount. And if you're bossing, basically they can all go to that boss and debuff him by a lot, which is totally overkill. You really don't need it. There's already a way to one-shot bosses like Grave Ward or the last boss, Psycho Reaver, in the 4th DLC, because he has like so much health. There's always ways to go around this. But you don't need these. I do have an execute with the kills increase Iron Barrel's cooldown. You don't really need it. You don't really need it. Like I said, just look for weapons with anoints like these. Except Salamander, because it's trash. Basically that's all you need for the build. But when you do go out of Iron Bear, you can actually have some other stuff to help you out. To get Iron Bear faster, we will actually use a URAD flipper that has cryo on it. This is basically the best element. The reason why is you're gonna have radiation damage already from the URAD. You're gonna have fire in the Skagden, because this is a splash weapon. You're gonna have fire in the Skagden. For health bars, and for armor bars, you're gonna have cryo, which is also good on health bars. Corrosive could be better, because MOZE is not like Amara now can negate immunity or like resistance to elements. MOZE cannot. So if you want to do like a takedown and you want to kill Woden, which I don't recommend, you won't do as much damage as your Iron Bear. But if you want to, corrosive is also a good element. I have radiation as my second element because if I'm going against flesh and shield targets, I don't really need cryo. It's good, but radiation is also good. Now we do have a EMP5. The anoint does not matter at all. You just need the EMP5. This is gonna give you a 20% movement speed bonus. I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's 20%. Which with our artifact, we're just gonna go super fast. And my artifact is actually still level 57, so it still works. This build does not have perfect gear, like I said. Iron Cannon with Urad, we have this to get out of Fight for Your Life. If we ever do get in Fight for Your Life, aim for a crit spot with the Iron Cannon. It'll do pretty good damage. I don't think it'll one-shot like fire weight, like fire heavyweights, because they're immune to Skagden. Well, they're resistant to a lot of Skagden damage. This is basically for just a cheeky Fight for Your Life weapon. You can use anything at the last slot. I even have this Shredder. I was messing around with it earlier. It's kind of fun, but you know, this is not a MOZE focused build, so it kind of doesn't do as much damage as I want. You can also use on this last slot. You can use weapons that have the Iron Bear cooldown anointment that do splash damage. Like the Trevenator is a very good example. I was lucky enough to get a corrosive and radiation one, which is perfect for takedowns. I have a Ruby's Wrath with that same anoint because this is going to be good for tagging enemies, and you'll just have huge splash damage with this. This is actually very good. So don't miss out on that. Flacker, even outside of Iron Bear, Flacker is pretty good. Now I haven't tested my T-Yor yet, but this is Merv and bouncing. Could be good because they get the splash gets skagged in. We'll see. I won't use it, but it's there because of the anoint, basically. So for our next item to build, we're going over the Plus Ultra. This is going to double your character's health, and with the artifact that we're using, which is a Snowdrift Deathless, this is going to turn every bit of HP into shields. But we won't regen it because that's a blood layer thing. But we don't care. The amounts of shield we have is it's kind of tanky, it's not the best, but what we love about the Plus Ultra is that it drops boosters that can help us with cooldown. The Anoint can help us with our cooldown because it's the Iron Bear get kills, increase cooldown, which stacks with the weapon anointment. And the Plus Ultra is actually a very good shield. It doesn't have a huge capacity, but its recharge delay and rate are very fast. So, you know, when you do get hit and you stand a little bit, you take cover, you can get your shield back very fast. So that's always a good thing because getting your shield as fast as possible, full as fast as possible, is going to help us with our Guardian rank, which is Topped Off. Topped Off is going to give you 200% cooldown rate when your shields are full, which is going to be completely insane. You're going to get Iron Bear very fast, and if you'd had perfect gear with instead of Mal 1 weapon damage, and instead of max size, you'd have cooldown on those two, you'd get Iron Bear by the seconds. You just roll Iron Bear all the time. But we don't have that. I tried. I looked for some. I farmed a little bit. It's hard. It's hard. Farming in this game is pretty hard. But we still got our Flare class mod, which is the best I could find. The skills you need, basically get as much as you can on SSB, which is Stainless Steel Bear. You can only get 3. Because the class mod is bugged, you can only get 3 max, so 2 is fine, 1 is fine as well. Just don't get a class mod that has no points in it. I mean, even then, I don't have a perfect class mod, and I'm still able to damage cap the game. Passives, splash damage, and extra skill damage, extra skill cooldown rate if you can. Splash damage and action skill damage are just your very fundamental ones that you need. For your artifact, sorry about that. For your artifact, just look for AoE damage and incendiary damage, and then action skill cooldown. Um, because of Skagden scaling with most of the Iron Bear weapons, because they do splash, incendiary damage is actually going to boost that damage further. So that's why I recommend going incendiary damage. Action skill cooldown, well, because it's action skill cooldown, I already explained it. And AoE damage, because splash damage is just, it's the same as the splash damage roll on our calm. This also increases our radius, so be aware of that when we chuck our nade. Because the Itzbis grenade will proc Skagden if you do throw it too close to you, and it double procs with Torque Cross Promotion. It's going to kill you. It's going to kill you very quick. I tried looking for another grenade that was kind of better than this, but I really do think the Itzbis is the best grenade you can have, especially with the on grenade drone anoint. This is going to increase your action skill damage by 25% for 6 seconds when you throw it. You don't even need to hit your boss. It'll just one tap. It'll just one tap just if you throw it. You don't even need to hit your boss. You don't even need like all the things. But if you do want to hit over damage cap, I do recommend switching to version O.M, because when you have the Ass Anoint, action skill start anoint, break will activate any effects that trigger on shield break or fill. Basically, you hop into Iron Bear, it'll create that circle, you get 50% more action skill damage, which is quite insane. I have to say, damage cap is very easy to hit with this thing. Iron Bear is just too dumb right now. Especially if you use like double rail guns. I use the double fire rail guns on Grave Ward with this and one shot damage cap. So yeah, let's go over the skill tree. So first things first, the red tree. We picked Security Bear. We picked Drowning Brass. We picked Experimental Munitions, and we picked Desperate Measures. These are the best skill in this tree. This is going to be protection for you and Iron Bear. When you're in Iron Bear, you'll take little to no damage unless you do your own splash damage. Like if you trip over a barrel, that's going to one hit Iron Bear. Even with all our health, we're gonna have 2 million armor with Iron Bear from time to time. When you get kills and stuff, it'll eventually add up to 2 million, 3 million, which is absolutely crazy. This is gonna help us reduce damage. This is going to help us MOZE and Iron Bear, because now it affects Iron Bear. You get 60% after 3 kills for both weapons, both the left and right. Phalanx is still only the left gun, so we don't pick it because we don't need it. Desperate Measures. Basically, when Iron Bear is below 50% HP, it's gonna get 50% more damage. But most importantly, when we are below 50 HP, well, while we're not below 50 HP, when we're low HP, basically, we're gonna get some damage, and we're at 1 health, so we're always going to get 50% damage, which is nice. And then Experimental Munitions for crit damage, incendiary damage on crits. These 3 skills, put 4 points in armor and infantry, a little bit more damage for MOZE. You can honestly put the point in a lot of ingenuity in armor and infantry to get a little bit more damage and a little bit more resistance when you're out of Iron Bear, but we honestly don't care because Iron Bear is the focus of this build. Now, Thunder 9 is going to increase our shield capacity, which is perfect because increasing our shield capacity increases our Iron Bear health with the setup we have. So yeah, you want to run this. Now over the green tree, we picked Bear because, like I said earlier, you can go in Bear when you're using the Rocketeer, and you'll never die. Your Iron Bear is gonna do your work. We played Cloud Lift for some free shots in Iron Bear. Basically, how it works is every fourth shot you'll get a double shot, basically, like Two Fang from Borderlands 2, not Borderlands 3. The Two Fang from Borderlands 2 works like Cloud of Lead in Iron Bear. That made no sense. that pretty much made no sense, but uh, most people know how this works. It gives you more incendiary damage on that shot as well, which is perfect. We picked Stoke the Embers, more damage. Again, incendiary damage is going to be very present with this build. Redistribution, ammo regen. When we're outside of Iron Bear, you know, it's good to have. It's good to have because uh, you won't be killing stuff in two shots. Let's say, so having a little bit of ammo regen does help from time to time. A little bit of clutching on your ammo reserves. It's always nice. So we picked it, and we didn't need Scrappy or Match Set. So moving on, Scorching RPMs, Fire Rate for MOZE, Critical Damage for MOZE and Iron Bear, and Iron Bear gets hardpoint damage. I think the critical hit damage only applies to MOZE, but some people say they do feel like a little difference with Iron Bear, but that's pretty much because of the Iron Bear damage. I don't know. But it's more Iron Bear damage and a little bit more MOZE DPS, so why not? And with Special Use Bear, this is going to increase the damage if we have those two art points at the same thing. Like, I have two rail guns on, I'm gonna get that 60% damage. I have two different augments, it's still gonna get that damage. It's if I were to swap minigun and then like one minigun, one rocket pod, that I wouldn't get the increase. But we're most likely always going to have both at the same time because that 60% damage is very nice. It's a very, very good thing to have. Now, going on over the purple tree, we maxed out really big guns, and since we don't want to go far into the tree, we didn't get future creep, even though it's more Iron Bear damage. But really big guns is still perfectly fine. A nice 20% damage for Iron Bear is going to get the job done. We picked Big Surplus over double time. I don't mind not having movement speed. Honestly, the snowdrift when you're outside of Iron Bear is enough, and when you're in Iron Bear, you can just be hop. Basically you jump and jump again. You double tap X and you'll just like move around the battlefield. It's kind of weird. I'll do it in the video to show you, but that's enough movement speed. You don't need movement speed really with the build. You're a walking tank basically. So this is going to be more damage when we actually are outside of Iron Bear trying to get our cooldown. And for the blue tree, we went all the way down to Vampire so that sometimes we can actually get some healing off of our hard points that do splash. Railguns do not do splash except the capacitive armature. Rocket pods do splash. All of the rocket pods do splash. Bare fist, only the wild swing augment does splash. For the grenade launcher, they all do splash. Miniguns, only the explosive bullets do splash. We don't care about salamander, and that's about it. So we picked up Skagden deadlines because this is going to lessen our fuel drain and is going to give you a little bit more uptime in your Iron Bear when you kill enemies. Torque cross promotion, splash damage, SSB, is what we're gonna call from now. SSB is more Iron Bear damage, armor, and max fuel. Grizzled, only 1 point. Get our cooldown faster when we get kills. I prefer that over going in explosive punctuation or any other skill in the tree. We have Auto Bear. This is basically a staple of this build. Auto Bear for Rocketeer and Auto Bear for when you're outside of Iron Bear, when your cooldown runs out, or when your timer runs out, or when you die in Iron Bear. Well, basically when Iron Bear dies, gets hit by a barrel or whatever, you won't get Auto Bear. But if you get out early, you can actually have Iron Bear help you out to get your cooldown. And Vampire, I already explained it. So we're gonna show the road gameplay. It's pretty straightforward. I could have put it on true takedown. This can do true guardian takedown very easily. Like it's insane how easily you can do it. You can do it with Rocketeer, or you can do it with Flare, however you like. So yeah, goodbye. And I'm missing my shots. And you can see it's hitting for 38 million. And you're saying like, oh, that's not damage cap. Damage cap is 1 billion damage. If you guys don't believe me, I posted a little clip earlier today of me one-shotting Graveward and hitting damage cap. So yeah, if you guys look, you'll see it eventually. Oh, and there we go. We got blown up by a barrel that got our cross promotion damage. And as you can see, we can still do some pretty okay damage, so we can get our cooldown faster. And there I threw a nade on myself and downed me, which is perfect. It's just gonna show the true potential of the build by doing this. And there you go, we have Iron Bear back. So equip the weapon anointment thing instead of actually having the wrong thing on, and you can just do absolute tons of damage. Consistently do over 30 million damage, basically. Cannot buy ammo. You can also skip Valkyries, but I'm very bad at it, so I'm probably not gonna do it. Oh, I did it actually. Well, how nice. Well, that wasn't expected. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that. But let's hop out of Iron Bear and let them do a little bit of work. And as you can see, it's a little bit insane. Let's get back into our... Yeah, the damage is absolutely disgusting. Like, it's... I don't know who... And now I get out Iron Bear to get, like, a little bit better usage out of my Iron Bear, so... Yeah, that build is quite strong. It's quite strong, I have to say. I enjoy this build over my Rocket Raccoon build. It's just too good. If I would have good aim though, it would be better. And there you can see, like, we have a lot of HP, like. Spawns are kind of weird right now, so We'll actually hop out of Iron Bear right now so that we can have like full damage on the bridge. Oh yeah, frozen enemies are like enemies that are immune to being frozen. We can just switch to red instead of having cryo. So yeah, let's go over the bridge here. Oh, I can show you. You can actually swap your class mod in fight. And right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let my Iron Bear out and go into Doggy Bear. And yep, you guys can do whatever you want. I'm actually going to show you a little weapon that you can use. The Unforgiven, if you equip it. Right now I have the Unforgiven equipped. I'm going to get URAD plus the crit damage. So look at this. We can actually do damage to Doggy Bear. But we don't get the railgun anoint, so like Iron Bear is gonna do a little bit less damage at the cost of us doing damage as well. Look, it's pretty good. Like that crit damage is coming in clutch with that URAD as well, smelting them. Wait, can I already go through this? Yes, we can. We'll swap back to the railgun stuff because that's what I prefer. And you know, the gun is not even that bad. Like my railgun gun is not even that bad. I can use it. It's not good, but you know, it's not as good as Flipper. It's fine. Let's go. Should we do Rocketeer? I think we'll do Rocketeer. Flare is also very good, though. Alright, I'll do Flare with miniguns. Why not? Why not? So just basically what you saw, swap out to your weapon that has the anoint, and don't forget to actually equip the weapons basically. And what I can do here with my flacker is I can down his shield already before going in Iron Bear, because radiation on shield is good. Yep. yeah, but that's about it, and that's the build for you guys. Pure damage, and you actually use your action skill for one on MOZE. You can actually use Iron Bear and do damage, unlike the past year or so. So if you guys like the build, you can like the video. If you guys want to see more from me, you can subscribe, hit that bell if you actually do not want to miss videos, because I know YouTube is kind of weird with their sending out videos and stuff. And well, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.